Okay, so we are live, and I have another unboxing for you. And this is something I got off of Amazon for like $5.49. So this was ridiculously cheap. And it is a Spin Master Black Adam and Justice Society set. And it includes exclusive Black Adam throne. So I guess that's before he smashed it. Spoilers, if you haven't seen Black Adam, you should have seen it by now. You should have seen it in the theater, and then maybe they wouldn't have stupidly gotten rid of Henry Cavill. So anyway, that's the artwork on the back. We have some very heavily retouched pictures of the figures. The none of the figures I've seen in person have been as nice as these. So I managed to get most of these on single cards, and the only one I didn't get on a single card was Cyclone. I haven't gotten her on single card yet. The hardest one to find was Dr. Fate. I've literally seen Dr. Fate on a single card once. I bought him that one time. Hawkman and Adam Smashy. See, it says Adam Smashy. Good quality control there, guys. I got him. I got both of them for $4 a piece. Black Adam and Hawkman both came with the Hawk ship, the Hawk Patrol cruiser. So that's how I got both of those. And then so I have 3 Hawkmen all together now. And I was fine with having 2 Hawkmen because I figured, well, one of them I could paint his pants green. And then I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. In the older comics, he had red trunks over the green pants. So do I want to keep the trunks on this figure red and just paint the legs green, or do I want to paint the whole pants green like the more modern comic book Hawkman? Well, now I've got 3 Hawkmen, so I guess I can do both, right? I can leave one with the pants red, and I can do one with red trunks and green leggings, and I can do one with solid green pants. So I think we're going to do that. So anyway, let's go ahead and open this up. And there they are. And they're all kind of bound into the packaging. And the capes are going to be behind the figures. So that's going to be fun to get those out without them getting messed up. Let's get out Atom Smasher and Cyclone first, since I haven't done those figures yet. And let me go ahead and, while I'm thinking about it, I'll also open up the single-carded Atom Smasher. And to me, it doesn't look like that they come with, unless maybe they're hidden behind the throne or something, it does not look like they come with all the accessories that the single-carded figures do. So even if you get this set, if you really want the accessories, it might be worth picking up the single cards, especially since they're on clearance right now. But for me, that's only going to be a problem with Cyclone. I haven't seen a Cyclone in a long time, and when I did see her, I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't have the money at the time. Maybe I had other things I was buying, so I never bought her. I know I saw the McFarlane Cyclone figure at GameStop last time I was over there, and she was on clearance, but I just wasn't feeling that figure. I don't know what it was. That was yeah. So there's no accessories hidden in here, like I thought. Maybe they might be tucked in. I didn't think it was likely, but I figured it was a possibility. So I'd go ahead and check. So I guess ladies first. Let's do Cyclone first. So yeah, I wasn't really impressed with the McFarlane figure. I don't know. Maybe she just didn't translate into their style of figures very well. Honestly, I think she works better as a Spin Master figure, but I don't know if she should take that as a compliment. So she has like an interesting look. It's very unique for a superhero, and I think that's mainly because her look seems very Wizard of Oz kind of inspired to me. Like not of any specific character, but kind of somewhere in between Dorothy and various wicked witches. In the comics, that's what she looks like, and in the movie, they seem to have tried to have copied that aesthetic somewhat, but it's not exactly like the comic book costume either. Like, for example, in the comic book, she has these I think they're red and white striped tights, kind of like the Wicked Witch of the East socks in the movie. She has those stripy socks, but you can see how she's got these kind of like puffed up sleeves here, and this green and purple outfit. So she's the granddaughter of the original Red Tornado, and she has very little red in her outfit. She is a redhead, just like in the comic books, but they did do a race swap on her. And I don't remember exactly what the actress's ethnicity is. I think she's black, but some people were complaining about that because of the whole, ginger side thing. But she still had red hair, so I didn't care. Sometimes a character's hair color is more important than their skin color. I don't care if you cast a Latina actress to play Batgirl, as long as she's still a redhead. I don't care who you cast as Red Sonja, as long as she's still a redhead. Her name's Red Sonja, not White Sonja. So as long as her hair's red, she's good. Anyway, so I'm gonna set her over there. She does not have. Let's go to her articulation real quick. She doesn't have a hip cut, which most of these figures have hip cuts. I think that Black Adam and Hawkman both had hip cuts, and Dr. Fate does not have a hip cut. So I guess they put a little bit more money into Hawkman and Black Adam, probably because they figured those were probably like the biggest characters in the line, and the supporting characters maybe just didn't get as much love as far as that goes. And so she doesn't have a thigh cut. That's what I meant, not hip cut, thigh cut. And she has those weird hip joints that these Black Adam figures had. I don't know who made the decision to joint their hips like this, but it was not a good decision. They should have just stuck with the way that the Spin Master figures are usually articulated at the hips, which is way better. I don't know what they were thinking. So, but the figure isn't bad. The paint job is pretty good for Spin Master. It's up to their usual level of quality, I think. And the sculpting is good. She definitely looks like the character from the movie. Like I said, I think she translates into this style of figure better than she translated into the McFarlane style of figure. Because, like I said, I just wasn't feeling that McFarlane figure, but this one's okay. So, like I said, she's got an unusual look for a superhero. So, I think her leg is a little warped. I might have to bend her knee to get her. I'm trying to get her to stand up. I still have this big table set up from when I did the Talon Fighter. So you have to kind of bend her legs a little bit to get her to stand up. So the next figure that I haven't talked about at all on this channel would be Atom Smasher. So let's go ahead and get him out of here. And again, none of these have any accessories at all, unless you count Hawkman's wings, which I more think of like as an extension of the figure. I wouldn't call a character's cape an accessory, and I also wouldn't call Hawkman's wings an accessory. So there's Atom Smasher out of the package, and he doesn't have a thigh cut either. So yeah, that's my theory, is that they kind of figured Black Adam and Hawkman would be the two main characters of this line, so they gave them the thigh cut in the legs, but they didn't bother with the other three characters. And he has that same weird hip articulation that all the other characters have. Atom Smasher just has kind of a basic costume, like as far as I don't think that this is the one that Alex Ross designed. He might have designed this one also, but he created Atom Smasher for Kingdom Come. And in the original comics that he was created in, the Kingdom Come comics, he wore like a white wife beater, and for the most part, his costume was very much like the Golden Age Atom. But he based him off of the character of Nuklon from Infinity Incorporated. So originally, this character was created by Roy Thomas and Don Newton, I believe, designed Nuklon. And Alex Ross reinvented him as Atom Smasher, and I guess that design was popular enough that they used that in the mainline continuity going forward. Which Nuklon's design was very 80s with a red mohawk and everything like that. Not a bad design, certainly, but it just wasn't like it was more a product of its time than this one, which I feel like is very much of a more timeless superhero design. So, by the way, the actor that played Atom Smasher was at one time cast to play He-Man in the live-action He-Man movie. That ever gets made. And a lot of people were really critical of his casting because he's a younger fella, I think, for the most part, and he's got dark hair. But honestly, I think if you look at the dude, like his facial features actually kind of look like the He-Man action figure, so I can see why they might have thought that that was a good idea. I get it, you know. So yeah, the two Atom Smasher figures are pretty much identical. And if I'd have known that I was going to be finding this on Amazon for $5, I probably wouldn't have bothered to buy the clearance one for $4. But he's got like he does have some accessories because he has the two big fists that clamp on, I guess, for that atomic punch. But I don't know if it was worth me paying $4 for those extra bits. So I kind of wish I hadn't now. It's not a bad figure though, and maybe I can do some customizing with him. So go ahead and set that aside. So those are the two figures that are the new figures out of this set for me. And we'll go over the other three really quick for just for a refresher course, or for anybody who hasn't seen those videos. And if you want to know a little bit more about these figures and my opinions on them when I first opened them, you can go back and watch those older videos. So this cape, Dr. Fate, it was folded up in the package, which wouldn't be so bad if it was like a softer kind of fabric, but it is that kind of Christmas ribbon kind of fabric that I don't really like for capes very much. And Dr. Fate's a pretty good figure. I think that he's probably he's about the same height as Atom Smasher, but he seems a little smaller to me than Black Adam and Hawkman. Frankly, that's appropriate because, like I said in my review of the Hawk ship, I feel like Black Adam and Hawkman should be bigger guys. If anything, I feel like they're both a little undersized compared to the other DC figures that Spin Master's done. I wish they had been a little bit closer to those in terms of size. Like, I want to say they're about as tall as Batman, and Batman's actually one of the shorter of those figures. So there's Black Adam out of the package, and again, looks pretty much identical to the one we had before. Nice head sculpt, looks like The Rock. Decent job on the paint apps on the face, although it probably could be better. All right, so there we go. We're gonna get Hawkman's wings out of the package. Shisha. Rest in peace, Dale Gribble. Yeah, the actor that played Dale Gribble, Johnny Hardwick, I think is his name. He passed away recently at the time of recording. So rest in peace to that guy. Very talented voice actor. Probably one of my favorite characters on that show. So remember I was talking about how Hawkman should always come with a mace? Well, this Hawkman doesn't come with a mace. I spoke too soon. You know, like there's only one accessory that that I would have actually expected to see in this set. And if they'd asked me what if we're going to put one accessory in here besides the throne, what should we put? It's Hawkman's mace. It's got to be Hawkman's mace. But we already talked about this Hawkman figure in the Hawkjet review, like with Black Adam. So if you want to see me talk a little bit more about those, go back and check that out. But yeah, these are all pretty much identical to the figures of those characters that I already had. Now, the real star of this set is it comes with Black Adam's throne. So let's go ahead and see if we can sit The Rock on his throne. And Does this one? No, I thought he had a thigh cut. I guess he didn't have a thigh cut. I could have sworn that one had a thigh cut. Well, Hawkman has one. Maybe that was just so they could get him in the Hawk jet easier. I don't know, but it would have been better if they just like I said, stuck with the way that they did the way that they usually do the hip articulation for these DC figures. I think would have worked out a lot better. So there we can get a look at. There he is sitting in his throne. He kind of slipped down a little bit. Ah, he fell out. But yeah, so you would probably want to set this on like a level surface to have him sit in it anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much that. We'll go ahead and we'll sit him over here. I think that he would stay in there a little bit better, not for the cape, because that does seem to be kind of causing a little bit of slippage. But he doesn't sit in it all that well, honestly. Like even when I have it on the level surface, maybe if we put his hands on the arms of the chair, that'll help. That should help hold him in at least. So if you want to display him, that would be the way that I suggest that you display him, is have his hands actually on the arms of the throne, and that'll help hold him in the seat. If you want to display him in that throne. So this is a pretty neat little set, especially for something that I only paid like $5 for. Well, $5.49. But if you've already got all these figures, you've already got all these figures. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth paying $5 for a throne that he can't actually sit in all that well because he keeps slipping out of it? So, but it is a neat little throne, and like I said, if you have him hold on to it, you can stay in there. But this is another example of why I keep harping on this. Spin Master should have just used their traditional hip articulation on these figures rather than this strange sort of hip articulation. Even then, it's just like the way that they put it in there is just strange, because normally when you articulate an action figure, you would put the hip joint like right at the crotch, like right there. That's where that hip articulation would go, and that way they could sit down properly. But instead, the hip articulation is up here, like under the belt line, and that's just a strange way to put it, because then the legs are all kinds of awkward. See, like a normal action figure, Batman here, for example, who has the kind of hip articulation Spin Master usually uses. Raise Batman's leg all the way up, no problem. Michael Keaton Batman from the Flash movie, raise his leg up, no problem. I don't know why they did this with the Black Adam figures. You have to kind of swivel his leg around. You can put his leg up all the way, but you have to kind of swivel the whole thigh around. It's just awkward. So that was definitely a failure of this line, and I think they could have done a better job with that. But the figures are nice looking, especially for Spin Master. I think they're actually, like, in terms of the visual appearance of them, some of the better figures that Spin Master has done. And I enjoyed the movie, so I'm glad to have all these characters in action figure form in one set. That's pretty cool. But the lack of articulation, or I'm sorry, the lack of accessories would be probably the main problem with this set, as opposed to buying the figures individually. So my recommendation would be, like, I don't think Atom Smasher's accessories are that important. I do like Dr. Fate's kind of Ankh thing, his little magical doodad. Black Adam, he just comes with kind of some lightning bolts. We've been there, done that. But Hawkman's got to have his mace. So even if you bought this set, I would recommend trying to track down a Hawkman from Walmart. They're on sale for like $4 right now, and get yourself a Hawkman, and then you'll have two Hawkmans. But like I said, you could paint one of them to have a green pants. I might wind up buying a fourth Hawkman just so I can have all three of my Hawkmen have maces and just give the other one to like a neighbor kid or something. Or I could cut up the figure and put it onto like an extra Wonder Woman and make a Hawk Girl. I could do that. But if I did that, she'd still need a mace, wouldn't she? So then I'd have to buy another Hawkman. I'm still stuck with a Hawkman without a mace. I don't know what to do about that. Anyway, if you have any suggestions, leave a comment below. And if you haven't already, please make sure that you like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. And let me know what you think about these action figures. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.